Okay, so Yin Sequence tonight. What we did is we started in a meditative position. I always give my students the option to kind of sit up on a block, bring their knees down to the floor. It's really important that you have this at least 5-minute meditation in the beginning of practice. It gives your students the chance to deeply connect with their breath. So at a minimum 5 minutes, cue them a few rounds to feel their breath coming out, in and out through the nose. And then give them that nice chunk of silence. So after the 5 minutes was up, we came to Anahatasana, puppy dog pose. So I gave students the option to bring their knees onto a blanket just for extra cushion. Again, the target area in this pose is the shoulders. You'll feel some sensation in the low back. So I cue them to keep their hips over their knees. Sometimes you'll see this or this. You want to keep your hips up in the air and walk your hands out. You can bring your forehead down to the mat, or for some people, they might be able to bring their chin, but heart keeps melting towards the floor. Again, you'll feel it's a deep stretch in your shoulders. Then we came down, we held that for about 5-6 minutes, came down onto the floor and moved to broken wing. So arms straight out to a T, right cheek on the mat, or left cheek on the mat. Start to peel your right side body up. You can keep your legs stacked. Some people have trouble getting their foot flat on the ground. So your legs stacked or right knee up to the sky with your foot flat. You can have your right hand down or bring your right hand behind your back. You're getting deep into your left shoulder, feeling the opening. We're here about 5 minutes. Came down, took like a minute of stillness on our belly, and then did the other side. Again, same thing, you can keep your legs stacked or bring your knee up. Left hand can come behind your back. But also, you might see some students walking their hand closer to their body. You want to try to keep it here, just feeling that sensation of the right shoulder opening. After 5 minutes, we came back onto our belly. Child's pose just for a breath or two. It was a transition to make our way up to seated. I gave the option of sitting up on the edge of a blanket if they needed help with the tilt of their pelvis for these next few poses, wide-legged folds. So we came with open legs. Option to bring a bolster on top of their leg if they needed to create some space to bring the area up. If they're real flexible, they might not need it. So option to come here, feel a side body stretch. We were probably here about 3 minutes. Then sat up, brought our hands behind our back, a minute of a heart opener as we leaned into our palms. Then came down through center. Again, a bolster here is an option, but again, if your students are really close to the floor, they don't need it. Everybody's gonna be different. Knowing that if they're using props to get comfortable and take away from the target area, and here it's gonna be the back of the hamstrings. You'll feel some sensation in the back. So if they're using this to get comfortable, then we wanna avoid that. But if they're using it just to support themselves in the shapes and move towards those edges, then it's okay. We're there about 4 minutes, came up to that same heart opener, 30 seconds, and then finished on the other side. About 3 minutes here. And then we came down onto our back, soles of the feet together, knees splayed out, feeling the opening in the groin. Hand to your heart, hand to your belly. We were here about 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then finished with any shapes that felt good in their body. I always give that option for students to take what they need. You'll see some students come into a shoulder stand or plow just to feel some stretch, and then Shavasana. So again, used some props in this flow. just did a video on if you can use props or how to use props in a yin class, because they are allowed to be used, but you just have to know how to use them. We're always moving towards an edge in this practice, moving to find more sensation. So we want to be mindful that the props aren't coming in to take away from that. So love you guys. Hope you enjoyed the flow. See how it feels in your body. As always, send comments, feedback. I love to get feedback. So namaste.